Fox News shock poll. That is the topic of today's op-ed live. So Fox News came out with a poll number, and it says record support for Trump impeachment. I bet the mainstream media would love this news. And since it's out there, I'm going to cover it, even though it's a negative news to President Trump. So just over half of voters want President Trump impeached and removed from office. And this is not just another poll. This is a Fox News poll. But you got to remember, just because this poll number came out from Fox News, and Fox News, which have been generally pretty good to President Trump, doesn't mean that the numbers would always be good. Because I don't think the Fox News poll would poll just their viewers. If they poll just their viewers, then I would say probably the numbers would be like 80, 90%, or even higher than that. Because recently, Trump has gotten 95% approval rating among the Republicans. So I'll continue. A new high of 51% wants Trump impeached. So this came out yesterday on Wednesday. A new high of 51% wants Trump impeached and removed from office. Another 4% want him impeached but not removed. And 40% oppose impeachment altogether. So it's 51 versus 40%. In July, 42% favored impeachment and removal, while 5% said impeach but don't remove him, and 45% opposed impeachment. So it ticked up almost 9%. In July, it was 42%, but now it's 51%, according to the Fox News poll. So since July, support for impeachment increased among voters of all stripes, up 11 points among Democrats, 5 points among Republicans, and 3 among independents. So what this shows is if these numbers were collected in a fair way, but actually it didn't, I'll get to that a little bit later, then it means that the mainstream media, the fake news, has effectively changed a lot of Americans' minds, if it's true, okay? I don't believe this number would actually affect anything, but let's keep on going. Support also went up among some of Trump's key constituencies, including white evangelical Christians. They had to put that out there, right? They had to put that word white. Why can't they just say evangelical Christians, right? And white men without a college degree up 8 points. Evangelical Christians up 5 points, and rural whites up 10 points. Among voters in swing counties, where Hillary Clinton and Trump were within 10 points in 2016, support for impeachment increased to 52%, up from 42% in July. So it's all negative, all bad across the board to Trump, according to Fox News poll. A lot has happened since the July Fox poll on impeachment, namely the launch of an impeachment inquiry in the House following allegations Trump improperly pressured Ukraine to investigate the Biden's dealings in that country. The 9-point increase in support for impeachment since July, however, doesn't appear to be based solely on the latest allegations. To that point, more Democrats favor impeaching Trump, 85%, than consider his call with Ukraine's president an impeachable offense, which was 76%. The same holds true among independents. How did Trump get elected? He got a lot of independent votes, right, back in 2016. 39% favor impeachment among independents, while 30% describe the Ukraine call as impeachable. The 4 in 10 voters opposing impeachment gives a variety of reasons, including Trump did nothing wrong. Actually, that's a fact. Trump did nothing wrong. He should investigate Joe Biden and his son, Hunter Biden. There was a report that came out that Hunter Biden collected, it wasn't even 50,000, it wasn't even 80,000, it wasn't even 100,000. He collected $168,000 a month. Can you believe that? And where is the mainstream media on this? Because they are spreading out these lies, it's affecting Fox News poll. But I would say this Fox News poll, it is rigged. I'll get into the details just a little bit later. So, Trump did nothing wrong, 21%. It is politically motivated, 20%. And don't believe allegations, 15%. Approval of Trump's job performance is down a couple of points to 43%. So his approval number is 43%, which is not bad considering it's Fox News poll. Trump has never done really well with Fox News. Last month, it was 45 to 54%. It was 45 approving him, 54 disapproving. Currently, 86% of Republicans approve compared to 89% in September, according to Fox News. Some 51% of voters think the Trump administration is more corrupt than previous administrations. Really? Even against Obama administration? Whoever answered that way, they're just delusional. They just got brainwashed by the fake news media. But let's keep on going. By a 66 to 25% margin, voters say it is generally inappropriate for Trump to ask foreign leaders to investigate political rivals. Why not? I mean, if there's a corruption that happened, then it's not asking foreign leaders to investigate political rivals. He's just asking to investigate the corruption itself, right? And according to Rudy Giuliani, it's not just Ukraine where they did all these shenanigans. It seems like Romania is in play. It's going to come out, okay? And by the way, I think this whole thing is going to change. Why? There has been reports that the Inspector General report will come out on October 18th. And they said that this IG report will be as thick as a phone book, okay? So I just had to put that nugget there. When asked about Trump's phone call with his Ukrainian counterpart that is at the heart of the impeachment inquiry, 17% believe it was inappropriate. Most either describe it as an impeachable offense or as inappropriate but not impeachable. Trump has called the Ukraine phone call perfect. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong there. You know, I see a lot wrong when Joe Biden pressured the Ukrainian president to fire his attorney general. Okay? And they said, the mainstream media says that it was European Union that also collectively wanted to fire this prosecutor, attorney general, because they were corrupt. If that is the case, then why did Joe Biden invite him? Why did the Obama White House invite him afterwards? After he was, if he was that corrupted, if he was that corrupt, why did the White House invite him? And this was even after when the European Union says he was corrupt, okay? So it doesn't make sense. It does not add up. So meanwhile, voters think Trump is just out of himself, 55% overall, and 18% of Republicans say he is doing what's best for Trump. Washington leaders in general all remain unpopular. Okay? House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's personal favorability rating is underwater by 6 points. 42% favor her. So she's lower than Trump, okay? And House Intelligence Committee, the liar, shifty Schiff, Adam Schiff, is also viewed more negatively than positively by 6 points. He only got 27% favorable number. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is in negative territory too. 26% only approves. Okay. Trump's popularity ticked up a point since the inquiry. Really? 43 to 56% versus 42 to 56 in August. Hillary Clinton, who might, by the way, run for office again, I don't know. It just sounds so ridiculous for this kind of corrupt politician to try to jump back in the race. It just doesn't make sense. She deleted 33,000 emails after getting a United States subpoena. Her people hammered iPhone, and pulled the SIM card out of Blackberries and gave it to the FBI. If I'm the FBI, I would say, you guys are arrested for doing that kind of shenanigans, That's destruction of evidence right there, right? They said that she hammered like 10 to 13 wireless phones. It's just ridiculous. Where's the mainstream media on that? It's all documented. So Hillary Clinton's ratings roughly match Trump's, 41% favorable, 54% unfavorable. Okay. It's just bad numbers here. But I'll tell you the reason why. Why? So Trump campaign dismisses his garbage poll from Fox News on impeachment. This came out from The Hill. This is what it says. A Trump campaign official dismissed a Fox News poll that said a majority of respondents supported impeachment as garbage. The official Andrew Clark attributed the record number of people supporting impeachment in a Fox News poll to a higher number of Democrats polled. So did you get that? This is what Fox News did. They did the same thing as what Washington Post, ABC News has always been doing. They oversample Democrats, undersample Republicans. Then, of course, you're going to definitely have a low number for a Republican politician and a high number for a Democrat politician, right? That's just math, right? So this is what Clark said. It's not hard to get 51% in favor of impeachment when nearly half of those polled were Democrats. The media should put this poll where it belongs, in the garbage. The poll says 48% of the participants identify as Democrats. 48%, okay? Got to remember that. While 40% of those surveyed identify as Republicans. So immediately from the get-go, right out of the gate, it's 48 versus 40. Then of course it's disadvantage Trump, right? 12% of respondents identified as independent or other. Okay. So the Trump campaign's Twitter account tweeted about the poll Thursday morning, saying it is trash. So the numbers, it's just not fair to Trump, right? So let's go read some headlines and some important tweets out there that you can't see in the mainstream media. So Trump, big day of negotiations with China. It came out today. They want to make a deal, but do I? He said this during yesterday's press conference. He said, probably I might not want to do a deal with China. Why? Because we're getting tariffs and we're putting a lot of money in the Treasury. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Probably that was his plan all along. He doesn't want to make a deal with China because he thinks China is corrupt and they've been ripping off the United States for decades. Okay. And he continues, they want to make a deal, but do I? I meet with the vice premier tomorrow at the White House. So which means tomorrow he's going to meet with Chinese diplomats. Let's see how it goes. Let's go to the next page. So just arrived at the real Donald Trump, and holy crap, check out the line at 9 a.m. for a 7 o'clock rally. So Trump has a rally today, right, in Minneapolis tonight at 7. But probably the line is super long. Look, he continues. This town is packed with American patriots waiting to get in and support this president. So this Andrew person who tweeted, he must be standing in line right now. God bless our POTUS and all patriots who love America. This is what I'm saying. Donald Trump is very popular. If you look at his rallies, sometimes 30,000 people are in the stadium and 10,000 waiting outside watching his speech in these large screen. And so, but the media do not want to show this, how popular he is. And by the way, Trump got more votes than any Republican presidential candidates in history. Did you know that? Okay, let's go on to the next page. So Ronna McDaniel, GOP chairwoman, she came out with a tweet. Minnesota Democrats are panicking, saying, frankly, we just can't keep up with real Donald Trump and the GOP. Because Trump is so popular, he's getting a lot of money. Don't believe the poll numbers out there. I don't know whether he's super popular, but at least I believe the Rasmussen poll, and he's always hovering around 50%. So what I think at least half of the country approve of his job, of how he's doing his job. So Chairwoman J.K. Karna and Republicans already have boots on the ground fighting hard to turn Minnesota red for the first time in decades. Let's go on to the next page. Trump's tweet again. Thank to you, OANN. By the way, One America News. I want you guys out there to please watch these honest media, One America News or Fox News. NYT, WAPO, I used to be an Obama supporter. And I can really tell you this. I've been going, I supported Democrats and Republicans throughout my life. New York Times, Washington Post, CNN, LA Times, they're all fake news, especially when it comes to politics. And they have an agenda. You got to know that. You really do. That's why tweets are important too, because you can get real news from there. Not from the New York Times and Washington Post, but you can get real news from tweets. If the source is an honest journalist and a reputable media outlet. And also, if you fact check it as much as possible, you can really find out who is true and who's not, who is spreading fake news. So he continues, thank you to One America News for your fair coverage and brilliant reporting. It is appreciated by many people trying so hard to find a new, consistent, and powerful voice. See you tonight at the big rally in Minneapolis. Okay, let's go on. Paul Sperry, he used to be a reporter, investigative reporter for Investor Business Daily. He's one of the honest journalists out there. Masterstroke. White House counsel refuses cooperation with unfair partisan impeachment inquiry until. Okay? So White House is saying, okay, you guys can investigate, but you gotta meet these conditions. Number one, Schiff removed for exaggerating evidence. You remember him lying on stage to the American people of the talks that happened between President Trump and the Ukrainian president? It was completely fabricated. He should be kicked out just for that offense, okay? He should get kicked out of the Congress. I don't know why people even vote for him when he does those kind of heinous behaviors. Okay. Number two, Pelosi holds traditional vote to approve proceeding. You got to remember, they still did not have a vote to whether investigate Trump for impeachment or not. You know why? Because they're so scared to put their names on the record. And they know that Trump did not do anything wrong. And they know that it already boomeranged to them. Because now people are digging up Joe Biden and his shenanigan with his son, Hunter Biden. Not just Ukraine, but China. And according to Rudy Giuliani, it seems like something shady also went on in Romania. Number three, majority turns over docs collusion with whistleblower. Okay? Let's go on. Jim Jordan, one of the honest congressmen in Ohio, this isn't impeachment. This is a political campaign. Democrats know they won't win a real campaign. So they are abusing House procedures, selectively leaking information, hiding the truth from the American people. They're just making the rules up as they go along. Yeah, that's what the Democrats are doing these days, right? I don't know. I mean, they might have been doing that all the time, even during the Obama administration. Let's go on to the next page. Richard Walters. Real Donald Trump has delivered real results for the Hispanic community. You won't see this news in the mainstream media. Over 2.4 million new jobs filled by Hispanic workers. Hispanic median family income hit all-time high. An all-time high low Hispanic poverty rate. Sorry about that. An all-time low Hispanic poverty rate. Record low Hispanic unemployment. Okay, this came out on Fox News. Okay, let's go on to the next page. Oh yeah, this is what I just said. You know, Fox News poll is trash. Nearly half of the sample is Democrat, 48%, only 40% Republican, and 12% Independent. Independents oppose impeachment and removal by 47 to 39, but they are greatly underrepresented in this poll. So independents numbers are really important, right? They're the one who moves the needle, right? They oppose. Independents oppose impeachment and removal by 47 to 39. That's huge, which means the independents are on Trump's side on this particular issue about Ukraine. This poll is meant to create public opinion, not measure it. Okay, let's go on. This came out on Drudge Report yesterday. Hillary Clinton, I can beat him again. But let's go on to the next page. Trump so pathetic to see sleepy Joe Biden, who with his son Hunter, and to the detriment of the American taxpayers, has ripped off at least 2 countries for millions of dollars. 2 countries meaning China and Ukraine, but I think it's going to soon to be 3 countries with Romania. Calling for my impeachment. And I did nothing wrong. Joe's failing campaign gave him no other choice. Let's go on. Only 25% want the president impeached. So he's talking about another poll, which is pretty low considering the volume of fake news coverage, but pretty high considering the fact that I did nothing wrong. It is all just a continuation of the greatest scam and witch hunt in the history of our country. I think so, Mr. President. Let's go on. Laura Ingraham from Fox News, from the Ingraham angle. Dems are now willing to hurt our economy and the economy of Mexico, all to deny Trump a win on USMCA. Nobody's talking about USMCA. The last time I heard it was Nancy Pelosi talking about impeachment, and then just, before she talked about impeachment, she talked about, oh, we gotta do the USMCA thing and also, bring down the price of prescription drugs. It's just rhetoric. She's not going to do anything. She doesn't want to hand Trump a win, even though virtually all sectors in the business community, even though they support this, they would be willing to hurt Americans if they can bring down Trump from the White House. Okay, Mexico is urging Pelosi to pass it. Let's go on. Jim Jordan. Democrats are so busy striking while the iron is hot that they didn't even have a vote to start their crazy impeachment proceedings. Or maybe they didn't want to go on record for the American people. President Trump is right to call them out for the biased and unfair process. So let's go on. Sergio Gore. It's expected that some in the GOP who took us into these endless quagmires in the Middle East are unhappy about ending wars. But where's the left? The silence is resounding. Silence is not always golden. At Real Donald Trump is doing the right thing and should have bipartisan support. So there are people that supports Trump pulling out the troops in the Middle East, particularly Syria. So yeah, I agree. We got to end these endless wars. I mean, look at all the young American people who sacrificed, who lost their lives, lost their legs, lost their limbs. It's just tragic. It really is. Let's go on to the next page. Okay, Charlie Kirk from Turning Point USA. Planned Parenthood just announced that they will spend $45 million to defeat Trump and flip the Senate in 2020. If they have that kind of money, why the hell are taxpayers subsidizing them every single year? Retweet. Yeah, I don't understand either. Let's not subsidize Planned Parenthood. Let's go on to the next page. From Greg Jarrett, he's a Fox News legal analyst who also came out with a huge #1 New York Times bestseller, Russia Hoax. James Clapper, Obama ordered us to start the witch hunt. So he pretty much said that during an interview. James Clapper, the former DNI director, he said that during a CNN interview. Okay, let's go on. Devin Nunes, California congressman. Did Mueller lie to Congress about meeting with Trump before he took the special counsel job? Yesterday's topic, right? He did, right? If he perjured himself, what should happen to him? I think he should be prosecuted. Okay. Well, that's our show for today. Our show is not about left or right, it's about right or wrong. To stay up to date with our latest videos, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking subscribe. Thanks for tuning in.